What's good, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you click that notification bell. Leave your comments down below and enjoy this reaction video. What's good, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. You have just entered the Break Room Chronicles, where breaks are normally 15 minutes, but y'all over here, we break for 1 damn hour. Shouts out to the 2 Live crew. Chat, I see you. By far the best damn chat on YouTube, honey. You better ask someone about this 2 Live crew. Oh, and shouts out to the Bush Gang. Hey, Bush Watchers. What it do, Bush Gang? Shouts out to the Replay Gang. Hey, Replay Gang. Thanks so much for stopping by. Make sure you let us know in the bottom of the video that you're Replay Gang in this thing. So myself and the 2 Live crew definitely know it's real. Hey, y'all, what's good? Happy Monday to each and every one of y'all. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing great. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over here in the damn break room, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Y'all see the title and y'all see the thumbnail. We definitely going to get into it today. We got Liv's Life and the break room. And we also have Kendra G, but this time it's actually not a Kendra G actual reaction to one of her single show. Child, Danileigh tried to BSimone Kendra G. I know y'all like, what? Yes, honey. Shouts out to the subscriber that sent it to me because I was like, wait, what? So I definitely was trying to get around to talking about the situation where Danileigh had BSimone excused from an episode of Wildin' Out that Danileigh was appearing on. I wanted to give my thoughts on that. And before I could, there's so much stuff going on in this mommy community, I was hit with this information. So I'm kind of going to try to tie it all in together. And we definitely going to talk about it, okay? So Liv did a podcast yesterday, you guys. I guess she's bringing podcasts back. And Liv did a podcast yesterday, and she wanted to know, she had a question, do men like independent women? So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see what you guys think, and we're gonna listen to what Liv had to say, and we'll give our thoughts. We'll definitely give our thoughts. Olivia also did call-ins, and she had one particular call-in that I definitely want to share her conversation with you guys. If you did not get a chance to watch Liv's Life live, now we're not going to watch her live in its entirety. We're just going to watch segments of it. And definitely, if you want to watch her live in its entirety, you can definitely go over to her channel. And I think it's like an hour and a half long, okay? But she had a couple of call-ins that called in to give, their thoughts and opinion to her conversation. Before we get into that and more, make sure you guys do what? Hit the like button. Y'all need to clock into the live by hitting the like button or the subscribe button. I greatly would appreciate that. Again, make sure y'all clock in. So thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over here in the break room. I see y'all are all up in here. What's up? Is it Isa or Isa, Nikki, Soul Moon, Ketcha, RJ, Kayla, Miss Mastermind, Latoya, Anisha. Let's see who else is in the building that I did not see. Make sure I try to speak to all of you guys. Hey, Stacy, Jess Mo, Queen K, Bella Bougie. What's good, sis? Our New Forever. Okay, Mom Life. Hey, Mom Life. Let's see who else is in the building. Don Smith. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hey, Courtney. What's good, Courtney? Okay, y'all coming on in. What's up, Miss BB? All right, Dallas, Nurse KP, Dime a Dozen. So y'all coming on in, really real. If I missed your name, again, don't remember, we have never fell out, okay? We're just trying to get on with the show, and I'm trying to speak to everybody that I can. Hey, Joy. Hey, SC. Hey, Kamila. Hello, you guys. Make sure you guys clock in by hitting the like button. And y'all, let's get into it, okay? All right, so BSimone and the Danileigh debacle that happened, it started going viral. I think it was last week, where Danileigh was going to be a guest, or filmed a show for Wildin' Out. I think she's been on there before, and Danileigh asked if BSimone would not be a part of that episode. And Wildin' Out actually obliged Danileigh with that. And BSimone was not one of the, members of the cast when Danileigh makes her appearance. Now, if you guys are not familiar, a couple years ago, y'all know Danileigh has a baby with Baebay. And a couple years ago, BSimone was really, talking a lot about her infatuation with Baebay. She even did an episode on Wildin' Out where she was actually in a wedding gown when Baebay was on the show. And she's also done some videos where some stuff that went viral where BSimone was kind of like commending Danileigh for her ethnicity and the color of her skin and her Latin descent. And almost a lot of people gave the perception of as she was acting as if Danileigh's skin color was, like she had the upper hand over her as a Black woman because of her ethnicity and her skin tone. So, a lot of Black women was kind of like, BSimone, I'm not really feeling that. And I guess Danileigh was feeling some type of way because BSimone was like openly lusting over now her baby daddy. But back then it wasn't her baby daddy. It was what I guess Danileigh thought that was her man. But if you guys are not familiar, it was an IG Live last year where Baebay basically blasted Danileigh and put her out. And unfortunately, his child too with Danileigh. So that was a whole scenario. And also, then there was another situation last year. I think this was last year where Danileigh's brother and Baebay got into it at a bowling alley. So it's a lot was going on. Well, apparently Danileigh was supposed to show up and on Kendra G's morning show at WGCI. So let's go ahead and pull up that Instagram. So let's go ahead and pull up that Instagram. And again, you guys, I'm just giving you, like overall things that I've seen. If there's additional things that BSimone has done to Danileigh, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with all that, but I'm just kind of giving you the highlights of a lot of the conversation. So let's go ahead and pull up that. And this is courtesy of Gossip of the City.
And let me tell you why. Danileigh is in the city of Chicago. I don't know why. Probably got a high school appearance. Who the hell knows? But she was set to do an interview with the morning show, and she requested that I, Kendra G, be removed from the interview because she was uncomfortable talking to me. Girlfriend, this ain't Wildin' Out. You ain't gonna BSimone me. Now your whole interview has been canceled. But I'm trying to figure out, why didn't you want to talk to me in the first place? I actually been on the radio defending your honor. I really felt the way when your baby daddy played you on that infamous IG Live and I defended you on the radio. Now, shout out to BSimone, who I know in real life, rock with in real life, but I actually understood why you didn't want to do Wildin' Out with her. But I'm still trying to figure out, why the hell you ain't want to talk to me? Now, are you nervous? I'm going to ask you the questions that need to be asked. Like, are you still sleeping with your baby daddy after he beat your brother up and played you on the IG Live? And you know what? I probably would have asked you that question because I need to know. Because if you forgave him, that means I need to forgive him. Are you nervous I was going to bring up that whack-ass Yellowbone song? Girlfriend, I don't care. You can make a song about your skin tone and celebrate it. I love being a dark-skinned woman. Ain't no whack-ass song like that going to make me insecure about my complexion. Are you nervous that I was going to ask you, like, how did it feel to be a girlfriend thinking you was better than all the baby mamas just to become a baby mama and get treated worse? And you know what, Danileigh? I probably would have asked you all those questions because guess what? That's my job. That's what I do. I ask the questions that the people want to know. Maybe you should focus on your job, be in the studio and make a hit. And we got to talk about your music and not about your personal life. That's not my fault that your personal life is more relevant than your music. That's your fault. You around here trying to get people removed from interviews. It don't go down like that. Now you miss out on the opportunity to have a radio interview on #1 urban station in Chicago. And guess what? This opportunity might not come around again because your music ain't popping. So with that being said, sit your goofy ass down. Enjoy Chicago while you're here.
Ooh, 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 oopa. Okay. So again, Danileigh called herself trying to be BSimone Kendra G, and Kendra G let her have it, honey. That was definitely an epic read. Okay. Very short and to the point. And so at this point, I'm starting to think, okay, Danileigh, like, I don't know the history with Danileigh and Kendra G. Basically, like what Kendra G state, I can only go by what Kendra G said. Sounds like she's defended Danileigh in some aspects of the conversation. But now I'm trying to think, is Danileigh just doing this just to get a buzz on social media? Okay. Because, other than her name being affiliated with Baebay, like Kendra G said, her music's not really popping like that. Now, Danileigh did say that she has some music coming out, but I'm like, are you really trying to, cause a ruckus in with the Black women? Because it seems like you just going around every time there's a Black woman involved here lately, BSimone, now Kendra G, you're asking for those persons not to be a part of the interview. It's like, Danileigh, lady, who are you? At the end of the day, you messing with people's coins, sis. Okay. Your personal feelings are just that. But you're messing with people's coins. Okay. And we don't play with the coins, sis. Okay. I don't care if you're black, blue, purple, yellow, green. One thing you don't do, okay, is you don't mess with people's coins, you don't mess with people's kids, and you don't mess with a woman's man. Okay. Now that's what you don't do. So since you start messing with people's coins, you're gonna have a problem. Now, if I don't know what Danileigh is trying to convey by doing this, like going around, as if, like, sis, at this point, you should be lucky people even want to talk to you. You actually should be lucky. Because the same Black people that you seem like you're trying to put down is the whole reason why you're being talked about. Like, you're being talked about because Baebay is a Black man, right? You're being talked about because BSimone is a Black woman. Like, you're not even standing on your own presence, okay? That annoyed me. I don't know how that felt about y'all, but that definitely annoyed me. I'm like, wait a minute. The situation with Danileigh and BSimone, I was kind of like, Danileigh, you acting like an immature child, okay? Because at the end of the day, regardless if BSimone was actually lusting over that man or not, I don't know if anything ever happened with Baebay and BSimone. But sister, it wasn't like it was your husband. Do understand that BSimone should be to me, in my opinion, BSimone should be the smallest thing as a threat to her. Because it definitely seems like Baebay is not shy when it comes to the women. That's obvious, okay? How she has the power to remove people. That's what I want. Like, me personally, I was kind of disappointed that Wild 'N Out even entertained her request and asked BSimone not to be a part of the cast that day that she filmed with them, because BSimone is a constant on the show. Danileigh is just a guest. Now if there's been some like squabbles, they've been fighting, like, as an actual physical altercation that's happened in the past, then I would get it, right? But you mad because she was lusting after your man, or sis, it's a lot of women out here lusting after Baebay. Celebrity and non-celebrity, more than likely. I don't know as far as celebrity. BSimone is the only one that kind of sticks in my mind, but I'm just like, lady, get a grip. Miss T. Lou said Danny was with Baebay when he was with his first children's mother, so I'm confused at why she acting like this. She's actually acting like this because she's being allowed to, right? That's what you said. Black and Bougie said because Nick Cannon is a colorist. That's why. Yeah, see, I personally, if I was BSimone, I would have a problem with Wild 'N Out because I'm a constant on this cast. She's merely a guest. So you're going to take her request over the fact that I work here? It's not like BSimone was going to offer her something to eat. She liked him before anyone knew Danileigh was the side chick. Yeah, that's true, Suma. That definitely is true. because she doesn't have to work with them or have a conversation. Exactly. Like BSimone could have still been on the stage and the show could have been centered around everybody else interacting with Danileigh as far as the comic skits that they do on Wild 'N Out. BSimone didn't even have to be a part. There's many times where you watch when they have a guest on the show and everybody on the B squad or the blue squad and the red squad don't interact with the guests. That it's like certain people that they'll have do the skits with the guests. Everyone is not involved in that. So they could have worked around BSimone and BSimone still could have made a check that day. Now, clearly BSimone is not bothered by it, but it's just the simple fact that Danileigh played her like that. And to me, Wild 'N Out entertained the conversation and actually granted the request. You know, they took their actual employee over a guest. Like, from what I know, I think this may have been the second time that Danileigh appeared on the show. Again, that's from I know I've seen her once, and this will be the second time. If there's been more, let me know in the comments, but I believe it's just the second time. But BSimone was praising that heifer at first. Let's not blow up these birds' brains. Well, that's true, Jessie Love. Like I said, I'm not like mourning over BSimone's situation. I mean, she definitely was, in my opinion, big up in Danileigh. Like I said in the beginning of this live, she definitely did do that. And, you know, but now at this point, my thing is more so for Wild 'N Out, not necessarily mourning for BSimone, but more so for Wild 'N Out, for them to even entertain the thought that BSimone shouldn't be a part of that particular episode, because Danileigh was going to like, who is Danileigh? I'm just going to be real with it. That's what happened with BSimone. She still worked. She just was in the set like the others. Exactly. Yep. She was actually on the set, because they didn't say, look, don't even show on the premises, but she actually wasn't working, right? She wasn't a part of the cast. Now, did she still get paid and all those in particulars? I don't know. BSimone actually came on the the talk show. What's the name? I can't think of her name right now. Oh my God, I can't think of her name. The talk show. Oh, I can't think of her name. I'm sorry, you guys. I just drew a blank. And she talked about it real briefly with the lady. I can't think of her name. It's something show. I can't think of the name right now. But she did talk about it briefly on that show. Tamron Hall. That's it. Tamron Hall. Thank you, Kingston. As soon as I seen it, right before I seen it, her name popped in my head. So she did talk about it briefly, and she basically BSimone gave Danileigh grace. And that was pretty much it. No cares if Danny doesn't want a person. Danny will be banning a lot of industry women. She wouldn't be able to have that much power, in my opinion. Okay. I don't know, but I thought that was interesting because Kendra G was kind of like, the way Kendra G read her, I thought was so daggone funny. And, you know, it's like, girl, so, I mean, is this a trend for Danileigh now? Like, are you just going to be going around asking if none of the Black women be a part of your interview? Like, is this a trend? Like, girl, at the end of the day, you're messing with people's coins, okay? So chill out, Danny. I know, okay, Pretty Girl said Danny will be banning a lot of women. I'm trying to watch it. Danileigh is not known for her artistry. She's known for her child's father disrespecting her and her family. Well, that's what she's known for, especially now. Right, Yana Mama's like, girl, bye. Exactly. That's how I felt about it. But I wanted to share that with y'all because I didn't know if you guys got a chance to see it. Again, shouts out to the subscriber that sent it to me. All right. So now let's go ahead and transition our conversation. I just wanted to touch on that real quick. And let's get over, because, you know, at the end of the day, Danileigh is not somebody I really check for. I actually do like BSimone. You know, I like her entrepreneurship and things of that nature. But Danileigh is definitely someone I don't check for prior to Baebay or after Baebay. I just don't check for her like that. But I definitely don't like how messy she's being, you know, when it comes to messing with people's coins. So I'm glad Kendra G not only WGCI didn't grant Danileigh's request, but they even like dismissed the whole interview in its entirety. So that's what you get, in my opinion, for Danileigh. That's what you get for being stupid. That shows a lack of professionalism on the part of Danny. Well, yeah, because right, Courtney, because Danny is not being, my opinion, she's not being a professional. It's personal for her, so she's allowing her personal feelings to mix and mingle with her professionalism. Danny probably didn't want a joke to be made about their situation, so I get it. Well, in that situation, Bria, then Danny needs to get off of social media because regardless if Kendra G makes a joke of it, BSimone, everybody else can, everybody else has had opinions about that. So let's go ahead and move on to Liv's life and her live yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the live. Probably like at the 8-minute mark. We're gonna watch a little bit of because there's a certain part of the conversation that I want to touch on in Liv's life, and then we're gonna move to like close to the end of the live, and then we're gonna give our thoughts and opinions after that. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull up her live. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. All right. So apparently, Liv's life is currently watching. Hey, Livy. And she put the live on private. Okay, sis. Well, that's your coins, hun. Um, I'm looking at y'all comments. She alleges she knew nothing about the with Kendra. Oh, okay. So Liv's life has put the live on private. And so I guess we'll have to catch it when she decides to unprivate it. And so we're gonna just ad lib on her live. Okay, we're gonna go back to the old school thing. So in the live, Livia did a live and she titled it Do Men Like Independent Women? And so in that live, in the beginning of the live, she kind of went back to her situation with Gerard and the child support situation. So she started the live off talking about basically how they got to where they are now. So she's talked about how when her and Gerard first got together, she didn't actually use his name, but we obviously knew who she was talking about. And she talked about when they first got together, she was working, like she was basically half working, half not. Then she started to become like a stay-at-home mom, and Gerard was constantly working, and she would help out every now and then. She would get a job and help out with the bills and things of that nature. So then she ended up saying that I guess what she was trying to say, or what she tried to paraphrase and say, is she got to the point now where as we know, Gerard has a child support order on Olivia. Okay. And she's behind, I think they said, what, $9,500 or some a very large astronomical amount. And so basically she was saying that she feels like he's financially abusing her. So because of this child support. So like, as we all know, Olivia is in the situation where the kids are now in Gerard's custody. And when you're the custodial parent, the non-custodial parent in most situations has to pay child support. So I guess in the sense she was making it, I don't know what I took from it. She was just trying to make it sound like, oh, when we were together as boyfriend and girlfriend living in the same house, I didn't make you pay child support. But now that he has custody of the children, now you're trying to make me pay child support. And I think she was trying to make it sound like when she was not working as much, or, not working, and Gerard basically had more financial control. She even made a reference to the fact that, like, if she would say something wrong or do something wrong, Gerard would threaten to take her phone from her. Or she said, like, Gerard would threaten to take away things from her because she wasn't paying for it. He was the one paying the bills. And at that point, I was like, I personally couldn't relate because I've never had that situation because I've always been in financial control of my situation, regardless in a relationship, not whatever the situation is. I'm not going to allow anyone to have financial control over me. I've always been the type of person who worked, right? So regardless if I got a man or not, I'm working, right? So in that aspect, I really didn't feel sorry for her because even, you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. There are a lot of women who are stay-at-home moms and still manage to have other income. A lot of women have jobs working in the home where they can still be stay-at-home moms and take care of the kids, or like I said, there's ways that you can work around that. So when she said that, I was like, oh, okay, girl. Like, the first time he would have threatened to take my phone from me because I made him mad about something would have been the last time he would have been able to threaten me personally, because I would have went and found me a job and I would have figured out my situation. And so now she's saying once she started making money on YouTube, she said, because that was the whole reason why she really wanted to start making money on YouTube, so she could eventually get to the point where she could leave him. So she wanted to become more financially independent. So I guess what she was saying is once she became financially independent, there was a shift in their relationship. Okay. You're right. There was a big shift because the shift went from now the kids were in your control and now they're in his control. And now he's, the courts. I'm going to say that the courts is demanded to pay child support. But if you guys remember, do you guys remember when she was in Dallas, when she went back to Dallas, that when she left Florida the first time, when he left and went back to Florida, and then she packed up her house and chased after him. Do you guys remember that? And then they were in mediation, and there was an amount that was thrown around, I think like $750. And do y'all remember when she refused that and she felt like she needed more? So my thing is this. And if I, thinking about it from my situation, because I've been a woman who's had to deal with child support. I've never had to pay child support because I've always had control and custody of my children. But I've been in the situations, obviously, where I had to receive the child support. And I don't care if it's man or woman. Like, children are born and children need to be taken care of. And at the end of the day, you need to pay for the child, right? And I think she also said something about, she, in her mind, she felt like as long as she's helping with the children. So obviously, the moral of the story is she doesn't feel like he should have the people on her. The people shouldn't be in their business. And she feel like they should have an agreement outside of, the law in a business. But obviously, Gerard doesn't want to do it that way. He wants that girl to pay. She wanted a cool $1,000. She said, was it $1,000? I don't remember. I remember it was like $750. The mediator came up and she denied that. And then she went from not getting any child support. I think Gerard said at one point he did put himself on child support. But then obviously soon after that, he ended up getting custody of the kids. Paying child support is not financial abuse. You know what? It's definitely not financial abuse. And if you are in a situation where you can't afford child support, then obviously you need to get another job. And that's man or woman. It doesn't matter. This is not because it's her. It's any situation. If you're a man and you have children and you feel like child support is taking too much from you, go get another job or do something else to bring in extra revenue. Because one thing about child support, they're only allowed to take a certain percentage of your income. They can't take all of your money. I believe they can't take any more than, it's either 45% or 55% of your income. You say, I hope when she's done with her, she's sleeping on a park bench. Oh my God. Olivia is a dangerous person, and she needs to be monitored for safety of her child's father. But child support is based off the income that you have. Exactly. It's based off the income that you have. And at the end of the day, I don't think Gerard is going to say, you know what, Olivia, I know you're struggling over there. Let me go ahead and take this child support off of you. Because at the end of the day, she wasn't giving him that grace, right? It's up to 55% now. Okay, so it's 55. So they can't take any more than 55% of your income. So the courts are saying We are not going to take 100% of your income, regardless if there's one child or 3 children or 10 kids. The courts can only take, BB says, up to 55% of your income. So obviously, if we do math correctly, if you definitely have graduated and know how to do math, we know 55 and 45, if you add those together, that's 100%, right? What's up, Trees? That's 100%. So the courts are allowing you to live off of 45% of your income. And obviously, if you can't afford to live off 45% of your income, then what you would need to do is what? Go and find you some other type of ways of making money to make up that 55% that's being given to the custodial parent that has custody of the children. It's not hard to figure out. You said that's still a lot. I mean, well, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but that's what based off what the courts defined as adequate amount to support a child. And then again, it's also based off how much money you make too. It's several factors. It's the parent, it's both parents' income, and then how many children that are involved. You said Uber Eats. You said, right, she was charging him $200 to talk to his kids. So no, I don't feel sorry for her and needs to help take care of her kids. Rather, male or female, take some of your children. Ooh, okay. $200 to talk to the kids? Oh my God. 55%? Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. It definitely is. It definitely is a lot. So that's why it's unfortunate if you are in a situation like that where you can't make an amicable agreement between both parents to not to get the people involved. But we know we have a lot of people that are not responsible. A lot of times, in my opinion, that's when child support comes into play. When you got two parties, a mother and a father, and they can't come to an amicable agreement, or the father's being irresponsible and not taking up for his responsibilities of being a parent, or the mother is being irresponsible and don't take. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. If the people say you got to pay, you got to pay. Getting on social media crying about it is not going to negate the fact that the court still has an order in effect. And the more you get behind, the more that person, be it the man or the woman in this situation, Olivia's situation, the more you get behind, there's consequences behind that. They can take your license. They can take your income taxes. And child, they can also put your ass in jail. Okay? That definitely can happen too. Now, they're not too quick now to put people in jail for child support. It really depends on what state. But they are definitely quick on suspending those licenses and taking your income taxes. They're definitely quick on that. One moment, you guys. Oh, and your passport too? Olivia is a deadbeat, period. She has excuses for days for why she can't show up for her kids all around. I hope Gerard keeps his foot on her neck. She never gave that man a break for anything. I couldn't be Gerard's child support worker. I would lock her up and throw away the key. My God. Gerard and Oliver has a split half on insurance, $1,200 for her. Child support, she will be okay. You said Gerard and Oliver has to split half on insurance. Really? Huh. So, okay, so he's carrying the kids on his insurance and she has to pay. You know what? Here's the thing. One thing I can say, if that girl hasn't learned anything, Livy, I hope you're listening, sis. If that girl hasn't learned anything, definitely it should have been more apparent to her now that situation that she went through publicly, she definitely should have kept it private, right? Because I don't care what anybody says. I don't think anybody learned anything from watching Olivia's debacle unfold on the internet. Hell, did she learn anything from it? Like it's very apparent that no one who learned anything from that other than learn what not to do. learn not to how to piss your baby daddy off and put yourself in a situation where he coming for your damn head. Okay. Not Gerard is a real mother. So can't they just take the child support out her YouTube check? I don't know. Again, I've never been in a position where I had to pay somebody child support. I managed to always keep my kids in my bosom. Okay. The fathers of my children knew that I could take care of my kids, and I didn't have any situations where the fathers wanted to come get the kids. Now they definitely took care of their kids, you know, but I've never had that situation, so I can't really answer to that. I don't know. Well, you know, it's the same, y'all. If there was a man out here that owed $10,000 in child support, we would be calling him a deadbeat. So I guess you would call her the same thing too, because Olivia is a 1099, considered self-employed. They can't garnish her YouTube check, but they will get her on income tax at least. That was the case for my sister. Oh, okay, that makes sense, huh? Okay, well, I mean, you know. I don't know. Yeah, Yana Mama. Yeah, I've never had that situation. I can't relate. You know, I don't know how that feels, and God knows, I've never put myself in a position where I needed to know how that felt. You know, and in my situation, I didn't jump on child support like automatically. You know, I gave him some grace. Okay, I gave him some time, and once I seen you wasn't complying, then I went on here and put the people in our business. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure, I put the people in our business, and I got my money until they turned 18. She didn't buy them Christmas, school clothes, or nothing. Well, one thing's for sure, we didn't see any hauls. She didn't show us a Christmas haul, a back to school haul. Yeah, we didn't see any of those. So if those things were bought, she more than likely forgot to do that video. Okay, maybe that's one of the videos she has in the archives. I don't know. Yes, that part, and that she is a deadbeat mother, point blank, period, just like Chris. Oh, Lord. Also, she won't be able to apply for food stamps. Oh, really? See, I didn't know that either. I did the same thing where mine paid well into college. Okay. Notice she stopped talking about getting a passport. Well, and she probably didn't stop about talking about not getting a passport because of child support reasons. She probably stopped because she don't have any coins to do that. That's probably why. Okay, Florida doesn't play when it comes to child support. Yeah, I don't know. Shakai said right in my bag, because one thing for sure, once that SS number it hits, comes out anywhere you work. Oh, that's true too. That's true. Live, laugh, and love says this wasn't going anywhere. Well, like I said, you guys, at this point, who's to say? It was just funny how she used the word that he was, she used the word as, like she's trying to cause financial hardship. And I'm like, well, how is he trying to cause financial hardship, sis? If anybody's causing hardship, it would be the court, not necessarily him. It's like, you got to pay for your kids, ma'am. Like, this is the same woman says that she does everything. Y'all remember those videos? Remember when she went and said she spent $1,000 on the kids' shoes? So to pay child support shouldn't really be a big thing, right? Because you were already taking care of them when you had sole custody of them. Now all that has happened is you've changed hands. Like, the custody has changed hands. So the same way you were taking care of them when you had custody, it shouldn't be any difference, because weren't you spending money on them when you had them in custody? Yeah, you were. Well, now the only difference now is you can go and get a smaller apartment because you don't have all three kids living with you, 100% of the time. They live with the dad. So now you can afford to go get a smaller place where he can't, because he has three kids there with him, right? So in a sense, the situation is a little easy for you now, because you don't have to go get a 3-bedroom and turn one of the rooms into an office and make all three kids sit in one room, sleep in one room. Yeah, you don't have to do that now. You can literally go get a 1-bedroom apartment and put your mama on the couch where she been. She's getting desperate for money, hence the fake damages to her apartment. Slick with it. My thing is this. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, the moral of the story to me is when there's a need for extra money to take care of whatever you need to take care of, just go get the extra money. However you need to do it. Now make sure it's legal. Okay, don't do anything illegal. But just go get the extra money. She says she has a lot going on behind the scenes. We all do. Now, one thing she did say is she said that she said a lot of these women get on here and act like they've never been through anything. And we've all been through stuff. Nobody's acting like they no. Now, a lot of people haven't been through what she's currently going through, where their kids been snatched from them and now they're made to pay child support. A lot of women have not. There are women who are currently like her going through what she's going through, but there are women that are not, right? But it's not, again, I don't think no one ever minimized that girl for what she was going through. It's how she went through it that people were judging. They were judging that, right? Shawnee P said, I'm sick of that girl. She always says she has a lot going on behind the scenes. We all do. That's the thing. We all are living. We all are surviving. And here's the thing. Olivia chooses to bring this to social media. And I'm just a firm believer. Some things should be a sensitive topic and you just shouldn't discuss it. You know, I just really feel like that. I feel like when she was in the depths of going through what she was going through, she should have excused herself from social media, went through but see, that's what happens when you love the spotlight on you, when you love attention. I don't even think it had anything to do with money, right? Because if it had something to do with money, she would have put up videos like she started doing. Like, she started YouTube by putting up videos. I think she just wanted somebody to talk to. And she just wanted people to hear what she had to say. And that's why we started getting all those long live streams on Instagram and YouTube. And she was, telling all her business and just a weird way of handling her situation, in my opinion. Hey, Jocelyn. What Olivia needs is a damn job. You know what? And she definitely could contribute to that. She can benefit from a job. There's nothing wrong with getting up, going to work. I worked all my life. There's nothing wrong with it. And then here's the thing. She could work and do YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that either. There's no such thing as I got enough money. You always need more money. Virgo Diva say, ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. She wants sympathy and pity and isn't getting it, so she's pressed. Yeah, but who is going to empathize with a woman that has to pay child support? Like, that's called life, sis. It's called taking care of your children. It's just like saying, I'm going to empathize with you because you got to go buy back to school clothes. Like, how am I going to empathize with you for doing what a mother or a parent is supposed to do? It makes no sense. She used to Stella excusing her mess. She can't take constructive criticism at her big age. I don't think she ever will. Well, one thing she did say in the live that she has taken down, so we can't view it. But one thing she did say in that live was she's close to 40. So I guess Olivia is starting to realize, and you know what's so funny? She's starting to realize that she's getting older, but I noticed that this week, her videos are more chipper, right? That's because obviously the place that she was trying to move to, she got approved for it finally. But last week, sis was acting like she was about to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge because although she said she was packing to get ready to move, we never seen her pack anything because sis didn't know where the hell she was going. You can't empathize with trifling. Step up and be a mama. She claims they are shunning her from being. You know what? Like I said, you can have your opinions about Olivia's situation. I think it's a sad situation all around. And I'm just going to come from the fact that this girl came to the internet with her whole family. And now Gerard has moved on. The kids are living with him. And it's sad when you look at it, especially from my point of view of watching her when I first started watching her back in late 2018, and they were all a whole family. Regardless if she, that's the thing. When you don't want something and you don't want a man or you don't want a woman or you don't like your situation, why waste time in staying in it? I know a lot of people move on at different points, and obviously everybody has their own tolerance level. But when she made the statement in her live that if she would make Gerard mad, he would threaten to take the cell phone from her because he's the one that pays the cell phone bill. At that moment, when she said that, that just made me feel some type of way, because I was like, I'd be damned if a man threatens he's going to take my phone, and I'm a whole grown-ass woman. But in a sense, she probably was, Gerard thought of her as a dependent, because he was taking care of her. He was handling the household. Even when she would work, Olivia, I mean, my God, y'all, she don't have a lot of education. Like, what job was she working? I think she said she worked at Sprouts. And I think she said she met Gerard at AutoZone. Back then, 10 years ago when she met him, they weren't making tons and tons of money at those type of jobs. Not saying whatever money she made or brought to the house wasn't a help, but, she relied on him to take care of everything, and she got comfortable with that. And a lot of people do that. They get comfortable in their situations, and once you get comfortable, it's hard to move out of a situation that you've made yourself comfortable with. You said Liv was spending money like water. He wanted to lead, like she said he wanted. He was constantly working. I bet that video was considered bashing by Gerard's lawyer. She put that disclaimer in it at the end, but maybe that wasn't good enough. Olivia needs to find something new to talk about. Well, Janae says, I agree, Tim. I will always have my own with it. Without a man, I'm going to be all right. Exactly, Janae. Like, Baebay, I don't even know how that feels to let a man take care of me like that. Like, you can take care of bills. We can coexist in the same home, and you can definitely take care of bills. But honey, I'm going to get out here and get mine by hook or crook. Like, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm not going to allow somebody to have control over me like that just so I can be comfortable with sitting in the house all damn day, birthing kids. No, I'm not doing that. And I personally disagree with that. Timar, what you think about her not calling her kids because there's too many people in the background? Let me tell you something. If I was in her situation, I need to talk to my children. They could have been at a football game, and all you can hear is the announcer in the background hollering out stats. I'm gonna just put the phone closer to my ear and talk a little louder so I can speak to my kids. Deborah said, well, Tasha, you told her not to use her marriage for internet views only. Olivia will never change, and her family makes excuses for her. What's going to happen when her family is no longer there? Well, hopefully she won't have to find that out. How's she struggling to pay rent and behind on son child support? Ashley Bashley, I don't hate the realty. I don't know, but there's no way that to me, with Olivia, there's too many excuses being made. And I know she said, well, you guys don't know the real story. Well, yeah, we don't, sis. And to be quite honest with you, at this point, there are some stories we don't even need to know the beginning or the ending of, to be in all actuality. Like I said, we are watching the internet. You see a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, watching these ladies for as long as I've been watching them, I definitely don't see growth in anything they talk about or do. It's unfortunate. It's definitely, obviously we all are still watching. Some of you guys are not even watching them. You're watching them through reactors, but in a sense, you're still watching, right? And, hopefully, 4 years from now, we can come back to YouTube and we can see a difference. Now, Olivia says that things are going to change for her. She says that all the time. Since I've been watching her, she always says that, and nothing never changes but her address. That's it. She's crazy. All does lie and giggle in her lives. Gerard, we come home from work and Olivia will talk a lot of crap and treat that man horribly. She never appreciated that man working and providing for her. All she did was raise hell. Well, I blame Gerard for that too. Because even with, did you really want her to be a stay-at-home mom? Could you really afford it? Because if he really wanted her to be a stay-at-home mom, I remember watching videos where Gerard would come home and Olivia would say something. He'd be like, "Did you go look for a job today?" He would say little shady stuff like that to her. So my thing is, if you really wanted that woman to be a stay-at-home mom, then why was there times where you made little comments being shady to her by being a stay-at-home mom? So it's like, could he really afford that? Was it, obviously, because Gerard at that time, he was making money, but I don't think he was making the money that they're making now, that he's making now. He wasn't making that type of money back then. They were barely. I remember when they did the video where when they got their first wash machine and dryer in that apartment. Child, that Olivia and Gerard both was so damn excited not to go to the laundromat anymore. Like, they were elated to have a washer and dryer, something that's very simple. I don't know too many households that don't have a washer and dryer, but they were so excited to get a washer and dryer. Well, she was making money off of YouTube. So what was he talking about? Well, she was making money off of YouTube. AK, this is prior to she got monetized on YouTube. They were together, 8 years? Olivia didn't get monetized till after she had her third child. So we're talking prior to her getting monetized on YouTube. A lot of wash and dryers actually do come with apartments. Yep, that's true. She wasn't really doing what a stay-at-home mom does. She wash kids and put them into bed. She would wait till he got home to clean the kids and put them to bed. That wasn't making money like that back then. No, he wasn't. But it is what it is. But I found her conversation to be very interesting. Like I said, Olivia, in my opinion, loves to play the victim. And she doesn't understand why she puts things on social media and people judge her. Sis, because a lot of people don't understand what you're talking about. A lot of people don't have empathy and compassion for you because a lot of people's situations are much worse than yours. That's why. It could have been worse in her situation. Thank God that Gerard was in a position to take custody of the kids. Think about it. What if Gerard was living life like she was last year and he couldn't take custody of them? She couldn't get custody and the kids could have ended up somewhere else. So at least Gerard was in a position to receive his children. Think about it like that. Sometimes you got to find the good in a situation that looks bad. You got to try to find the good in a situation. You say, Timar, when a man come home from work, you should at least have a hot meal cooked and keep the house clean. No man should have to come home from a hard day of work and clean house. She was lazy. Yeah, no man should have to do that. But then that's the thing. He allowed that to happen. He allowed that to happen. He should have sat down and have a conversation with her. Be like, look, Livy, why every time I come home, the house ain't clean, the kids ain't washed up, and ain't no food on the stove? If you can't handle being a stay-at-home mom, how can you handle going to work then? Would that be better? Like they should have had conversations, and maybe they did. I don't know. Again, you guys, you got to always understand everything is not filmed and put on YouTube for the world to see. So we don't know everything, but we kind of know some overall things that happened from watching her past videos. But she stayed calling CPS and Gerard. What if they were to actually take those kids based on? Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure. Even if there's a call for CPS, they always have to come out and find out if the call is substantiated or unsubstantiated. So if they don't find proof or validity in the call, there's no worry. There's no kids being taken unless there is a concern, and it has to be substantiated concern. If Gerard was such a bad partner, why did you want more kids with him? I cannot have sex with a man who not treating me right. because because there were times where he was good and then there was times where he was bad. It's like any relationships, you have good times and you have bad times. So obviously there was times where the good outweighed the bad. That's the reason why she stayed so long. Van, Vanitra Hernandez says, plus Nisha probably pays half the bill, so it looks like he has more money. Well, they definitely are a partnership over there. I don't know what the arrangement is with Antonisha and Gerard, because unlike a lot of people, they decided not to do their life as a YouTube video. Okay. They put up Instagram content and it doesn't have anything to do with the ins and outs of how they pay bills over there. So we'll probably never know that unless Gerard himself tells it. Hey, I'm Outside TV. What's up, sis? TMR, she said she tricked him into having Ryan. Gerard always made it known he didn't want any more kids. Right. That's hence the reason why he went and got a vasectomy. Bonita said, TMI, I just don't understand how she could take care of 3 kids with no problem and now having so many problems with one. That means she was doing wrong by those 3. Or it could just be a facade for the internet. She could be financially fit over there. We don't, again, y'all, we don't know. The world would never know unless we're actually her or we're her banker. Like if we could have the eyes into her bank account, we would never know, right? We don't know. One thing we do know is she has a child support order that she's behind on, right? Now that we do know. We know that. She has a child support order that she's about $10,000 behind on. And if I was her, I would go ahead and try to get that taken care of, because that can, cause further situations like, suspended license, income tax being snatched. She thinks she's being financially hardship now. Girl, don't get that back child support paid up, and you really gonna be in some financial hardship. Me personally, instead of her watching my YouTube video, because it's watching my video is not gonna put a dime in your pocket. It only puts money in my pocket, right? Watching my YouTube video is not going to help your current situation. Me personally, if I was just happened to be on YouTube at the time that I went live, since I would probably be looking up some type of, I don't know, advice on how to get my financial situation straight. Me personally, that's what I would be doing. She should be calling every week and on the 21st asking if her kids need anything. Her bitterness is bigger than the love. Well, remember, you guys, she said that she doesn't like the fact that Gerard doesn't like to talk to her. So Gerard don't want to talk to her about what the kids need. He just want her to pay that money, and then he can go buy what the children need. Now, obviously, she can talk to the kiddos and say, you want anything, and then she can send it, however they, whatever, if Gerard got a P.O. box set up, or if she actually has their physical address. I don't know. Maybe she does. I'm pretty sure she probably does. So she could do that, just, she could just pay the child support and that'd be it. Whatever the kids need, Gerard can go pay for it because she's contributed to their care for the month. Right? Yeah, that's the moral of the story. But the video that we were gonna watch that she took down while we were getting ready to watch, I basically wanted to just concentrate on the part where she felt like that Gerard is putting her in a financial hardship. And I guess she feels like because she thinks she's an independent woman, that's the reason why Gerard is being malicious. And you know what? I really feel like in the beginning, maybe there was some animosity between Gerard and her breaking up. But I think, 3 years later, I think Gerard has surpassed that. I don't think he's really holding animosity. I definitely don't think that Gerard is her number. Him and Gerard, or Olivia and Gerard, are buddies. Okay, I definitely don't think that. But I don't think Gerard is just really. I don't know. Again, I don't know what she feels, but just my personal opinion, Gerard is with a whole new woman now. They're divorced, finally. They're finally divorced, and he's moved on with a whole new relationship. And I think Gerard has bigger things to focus on. He's trying to maintain a household with, taking care of 3 kids. He has a girlfriend there that's helping him with those 3 kids. I don't think he's really having sleepless nights figuring out the ways that he can torture Olivia. I don't think that man, because he respects the fact that Olivia is their mother. He does respect that fact. He understands that. He doesn't have any animosity behind Olivia being the mother of those children. Is he a fan of Olivia's? Yeah, I don't think he is, because him and Olivia went through a lot, past and present. But at the end of the day, it's just a word to the wise, y'all. People need to eventually move on. You just can't hold on to that ish. The situation with her kids sounds like it's going to be ongoing with Gerard living there with those children. So instead of, whining and crying about the fact that you got to pay child support, do like most men and women out here who are currently having to pay child support for their children. They just taking it on the chin and moving on about their business. It is what it is. Getting on the internet crying about it, or, it's not going to change the fact that whatever date of the month that she has to pay that money, if she doesn't pay it, it's now you're not considered yet another month behind. She made it difficult for them to co-parent. Yeah, she did. She did. And again, like I said, people don't judge Olivia for what she went through with Gerard. People understand it. There's a lot of women that can relate to her. There are a lot of women who judge the way she chose to go through it publicly on the internet. And Olivia knows that, but she tries to flip it and try to make the people who had opinions about it, try to make us to be the villains, right? When we're all women who are of different ages, right? We're all women of different ages. We're all women of different experiences in life. And we just look at this woman and just like frown at what she's going through and how she handled it. Let me say that. Not necessarily frowning at what she's going through, but the way she handled it. But like I told you guys, me personally lost respect for her when she got those kids snatched away from her, and it just appeared publicly that she wasn't trying to fight for them. That's how it appeared to me. Is she trying to fight to him? I don't know. Like I said, publicly, what I see publicly. I don't know what she does privately. You said Liv and Gerard was a fling that went too far. To be honest, they tried to make it work. I mean, it's a clear indication that they definitely were two different people. Right? Opposites do attract, but Gerard and Olivia came from two different type of upbringing, right? Gerard came from a very close-knit family. Olivia didn't come from that, right? She had family, but I don't think they were as close as Gerard's family, because Gerard was with his family. So Olivia had some issues with, not being raised by her father or not having a relationship with her father, so she had some personal issues. It was just a lot that went on. Their whole dynamic was a lot. And I think they just tried to build off of familiarity with each other. They became so familiar with each other. Again, they became very comfortable with each other. So the situation just kept going. Olivia kept getting pregnant and Gerard kept saying, all right, well, here come another baby. But when she had baby Ryan, Gerard said, you're not going to get a nan of a baby out of me. That man went and got his vasectomy and ain't looked back since. You said Liv thought she was untouchable by her behavior, and thought that she had the upper hand because she was the mother. But guess the judge showed her that she was deemed unfit, and that's rare, speaks volumes. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true, Lisa. That definitely is true. Now, let's see how many people. It's almost 600 people in the chat. Let's go ahead and check these likes, you guys. 576 people. We got our likes here. How many likes we got? All right, so we need to get the likes up. I don't know if you guys forgot to clock in, but I definitely need you guys to clock into the live. So can you guys go ahead and clock into the live for me by hitting the like button? I would greatly appreciate it. Again, I'm sorry that we couldn't actually react to the actual live video. as I was setting up my live. Liv's life was in the bushes. Hey, Livy Pooh. She was in the bushes of this live, and it's okay, girl. No hard feelings. I get it. I understand. So we weren't able to actually react to the actual live video, but I tried my best to paraphrase as much as I can. I definitely wanted to show the one of the ladies that came onto her panel, to her talk show last night. She definitely was very what's the word can I give? She was very kind to Olivia. And she made mention, she said, the lady said that she was 52 years old, and she said she's been engaged before, but she doesn't have any children. And she basically was telling Olivia she's so beautiful. And I said, you know what, that be Olivia's biggest problem. I really feel like that be the biggest reason why Olivia comes on the internet, because she needs constant accolades from people, constantly, you know. And I'm just like, well, you know, okay, girl. I mean, that was, you know, at the end of the day, if you want to support her, that's fine. In a sense, we're supporting her, right? Because we watch the videos, we talk about her, which in turns other people hear about her channel by coming across these videos. Okay. She back to making podcasts. I don't know what she's really doing. I don't think Olivia really knows what she's doing. Miss T. Lou says she's always seeking attention. Child support program will deny passport if the child support payments exceed $2,500. Well, you know what, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Olivia's going anywhere anytime soon. So I don't think passport is, you know, on her radar. I think she's okay. I don't think she's going anywhere. I don't think she's like, damn it, I can't get my passport. Yeah, I don't think that's an issue for her. You said all those women in that live was kind of cringy. Peach T said, sis, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. What's up, JMT? It's makeup like she don't like that without it. Okay. She's basic as fuck without makeup. Oh, you think Yana Mama, you think so? I don't judge her looks. I don't care anything about that. You know, I'm not discrediting you, Yana Mama. I'm just saying for me. So that's what they said. And like the woman thought she was a beautiful, maybe she thought she had a beautiful spirit. I don't know. Oh, you missed it? Well, yeah, she just put it on private about an hour ago, Yanni, when I was getting ready to react to it. She was in the bushes. Olivia, thanks for letting us know that you're always here supporting the break room. We appreciate that, sis. Girl, y'all, this stuff is starting to get so petty to me. It's so funny. It's just so funny. I thank God for being able to do social media and giving you guys reaction videos and commentary on the channels that you're watching. I thank God for the audience, but I also thank God for the fact that I have a very extensive, long resume of things that I have learned to do throughout the years of always being employed, right? And I thank God for the fact that I am a very intelligent 50-year-old woman, and I know how to get the bag outside of social media or any other way, right? So shouts out to me for knowing that, you know, although don't get me wrong, YouTube is definitely a coin that I enjoy getting every 21st of the damn month. Okay. But I don't depend on it because I have other endeavors that I always keep in my back pocket, y'all. Never forget that, okay? Never forget that. Never forget that. And also I definitely do have a man here that loves and supports me and takes care of the household. And he definitely is my backbone. And I appreciate that too. Okay. Oh, poor Livy. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'm out of here. I thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I'll definitely catch y'all in the next one. Remember, so what you love. Bye.